So a couple quick notes here on this painting. It's on the larger side, so I got the larger gauge wire. I got the D hooks that are kind of made for a larger size painting. You don't have to use these. You could just use eye hooks, the hooks that have the circle with the screw on the end of it. You could use those. But no matter what you use, if you want to make sure that you put the mount on the inside of the painting. Don't put it here because then you have it in the way of the wall. It won't lay flat with the wall. So try to put whatever your mount is on the inside here. And then just measure like 1/4 to 1/3 of the way down. Doesn't need to be super accurate because that wire that you're going to put across here will kind of even things out. But I like to be close. So I'm going 15.5 inches down, or actually that's 15 with the border. So yeah, about 15 inches down. That to me is good enough. It's about 1/3. And I'm just doing about the same thing on each side. And then I'm going to pre-drill my holes for the screws. They're not big screws, but I'm going to pre-drill. You just want to hold your screw up next to the drill bit. Make sure you pick one that's smaller than the screw threads. So pick a drill bit that is not any bigger than the middle of the screw. Definitely don't pick one that's going to be bigger than the threads, or you'll have nothing for the screw to cut into. All right, so I'm just going to try to find a spot here that I like. I use my hole punch just to get a nice bite on the drill. Use the slowest speed on your driver, or just use a screwdriver. I like to put both screws in before I tighten them up. Okay, once the brackets are on, whether it's your eye hook thingy or one of these D brackets, go ahead and get your wire. Again, make sure you use the correct wire for the size painting you have, or the size picture that you have. So this wire is stainless steel, which I think most good picture frame wire is. And I'm just going to loop it in here. I'm going to, if I envision that, you know, this will be one end, I can kind of like bend it right here. All right, so now it's going to kind of hopefully not go too far. I'd say when in doubt, go a little bit extra with the wire. You can always cut some off, but it's hard to put wire back on. Let's get the wire cutters out here. About there. All right, let's just cut that off for now. I love these Knipex flush cut wire cutters. These things are awesome. I use these when I put up my shade sails. I'll try and have that video up someday, but these are super nice. They're small. Like, there's my hand. They're tiny, so I just like the compact size. All right, so what I've done here is, and I'm sorry I don't have both sides in the frame of the video. You can see that I'm just pulling up on the string, kind of simulating how it will hang. It's not at the top, so it's kind of below the top a little bit. You want to have this fairly tight, but enough to where you can kind of loop it around the nail on the wall. If it's too tight against the board, then you can't, or against the back of the frame, then you can't easily loop it on the nail. All right, I'm just going to twist these together, and I want to come around and try to keep this super close. Don't rush, take your time, just make it look nice. So each loop over, I'm kind of going right against the previous loop as best I can. All right, as you can see, I'm not sure if this shows up very well in the video, but I'm going like perpendicular to the wire. This isn't like a grocery store baggy tie where you kind of just twist it over a couple times really quickly. You want to use your whole wire. It'll look nice. So yeah, don't twist like this, kind of haphazardly, like this, you know. Don't do that. You want to do these close, tight twists that are perpendicular to your hanging wire. This is what will prevent it from slipping out. And my wire on the edge, on the end might be a bit long, but it's okay, it's not a big deal. And if I think I've gone far enough, I can always flush cut off the rest of it, but I'm just gonna keep going. I think it's just safer to have a lot of it twisted over here. Watch the ends of this cable, it will stick you. It will bite you. Okay, you can flush cut off this little itty bitty part here if you want to. And then I'm just gonna repeat it for the other side. Okay, both sides are on. I took a little bit of slack out of the line. If I have to adjust it more, I will, but hopefully that's gonna be okay. Let's go hang it, see how it looks. All right, getting ready to hang it now. So I want to put it, turn the camera around. I want to put it on the wall here. I think I want the top to be even with the top of the door frame. So I'll try that first and see how it looks. And the way that I want to adjust it is, so if you look at your wire on your picture frame and you measure this up to the top of the frame, on mine it's 10 inches. When this is taut, it's 10 inches. So I just took the tape measure and it's like 10 inches. So I'm gonna come down 10 inches from the top of the frame there. Drive your nail in at an angle so that the wire will sit in here. Don't drive the nail straight in. Drive it down at an angle. It's also stronger that way too. All right, it's up. So pretty quick. I mean, I've filmed it, so it took a little bit longer, but you could probably do this in a half hour or even less once you get going with it. I'll leave a link down in the description to all the tools and the parts that I used. Any questions or comments, leave them down below. Be happy to reply. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again real soon.